Next is the general characteristics of compounds of the alkaline earth metal. Here, the alkaline earth metals, they have a di-positive oxidation state, that is M2 plus. All the alkaline elements having di-positive oxidation state. The predominant valence groups of the, that is valence of the group 2 element. Here, the alkaline earth metals forms compounds which are predominantly ionic but less ionic than the corresponding compounds of the alkali metal. This is due to the increased nuclear charge and the smaller the size. The oxides and the other compounds of beryllium and magnesium are more covalent than those of formed by the heavier and large sized member. See, the general characteristics of the compounds like alkali earth metal is oxides and hydroxide, halides, salts of oxoacids, carbonates like sulfates, nitrates, like this. First we will see the oxides of hydroxide, then salts of oxoacid. First is the oxides of oxides and hydroxides. Oxides and hydroxide. First, the oxides means here the alkaline earth metals burn the oxygen to form the monoxide, like that is metal oxide. That is the metal oxide, which except for beryllium oxide. They have rock salt structure. The beryllium oxide is essentially covalent in nature. The enthalpy of formation of the oxides are quite high, and consequently they are very stable to heat. So beryllium oxide is the amphoteric, while oxides of the other elements are ionic in the nature. So all these oxides except beryllium oxide, the beryllium oxides are basic in nature and they react with water to form sparingly soluble hydroxide. So here the metal hydroxide react with water to form metal hydroxide. The M indicates group 2 element, any group 2 element. Here the solubility, the thermal stability and the basic character of this hydroxide increase with increasing atomic number from magnesium hydroxide to barium hydroxide. Okay. Here the alkaline earth metals of hydroxides are however the less basic and the less stable than the alkali metals hydroxide. Here the beryllium hydroxide is the amphoteric nature as reacts with acid and alkali both. Here the beryllium hydroxide react with base to form berylate ion, that is BOH 4 times 2 minus. This is berylate ion. Then the beryllium hydroxide react with acid. First reaction is base, now react with acid to form the complex, metal complex. Beryllium, that is the metal, simply we can tell metal complex. Then next is the halides. First is the oxides and the hydroxide, next is the halide. The second one. Here, except for beryllium halides, all other halides of alkaline earth metals are ionic in nature. The beryllium halides are essentially covalent and soluble in organic solvent. See, the beryllium chloride has the chain structure in the solid state, like that is beryllium. Then they having the chlorine like this. Then beryllium, then chlorine like this. So it gives a chain structure like this. So it's going on. So here the vapor phase of the beryllium chloride tends to form a chloro-bridged dimer with the dissociate in the linear monomer at the high temperature of the order at 1200 Kelvin. So the tendency to form halide halide hydrates gradually decreases. That is gradually decreases down the group. Then the dehydration of the hydrated chlorides, bromides and iodides of calcium, strontium and barium can be achieved on heating. Then however the corresponding halides of beryllium and magnesium on heating suffer hydrolysis. The fluorides are relatively less soluble than the chlorides owing to their high lattice energy. Next is the salts of oxo acid. The salts of oxo acids like carbonates, sulfates, nitrates. We will see. Here the salts of oxo acid mainly the carbonates, nitrates and sulfates. First we will see carbonates. The carbonates of the alkaline earth metals are insoluble in water and can be precipitated by addition of sodium or ammonium carbonate solution to a solution of soluble salt of these metals. So the solubility of carbonates in water decreases as the atomic number of the metal ion increases. So all the carbonates decompose on heating to give carbon dioxide and the oxide. Then the beryllium carbonate is unstable and can be kept only in the atmosphere of carbon dioxide. So the thermal stability increase with the increasing cationic size. So this is carbonate. Next is a sulfate. Here the sulfates of the alkaline earth metals are all white solid and stable to heat. Beryllium sulfate like beryllium sulfate and the magnesium sulfate are readily soluble in water. The solubility decreases from the calcium sulfate to barium sulfate. So the greater hydration enthalpy of beryllium 2 plus and the magnesium 2 plus ions overcome to the lattice enthalpy factor and therefore their sulfates are soluble in water. Next is the nitrates. Nitrates are made by dissolution of the carbonates in the dilute nitric acid. Then the magnesium nitrate crystallizes with 6 molecules of water, whereas the barium nitrate crystallizes the anhydrous salt. See here the decomposition on heating to give oxide like lithium nitrate. For example, the reaction is metal nitrate, that is NO3 twice, gives metal oxide and nitrate oxygen. Here the metal you can use beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium or barium. Then next is the anomalous behavior of beryllium. Here the anomalous behavior of beryllium, the group 2 metal shows the anomalous behavior as compared to the magnesium and rest of the members. Like they shows the diagonal relationship to aluminum. We can see that is beryllium and the aluminum. So beryllium has exceptionally small atomic and the ionic size and does not compare well with the other members of the group elements. Then they have high ionization enthalpy and small size. It forms the compounds which are largely covalent and get easily hydrolyzed. Then the beryllium does not exhibit coordination number more than 4 as in its valence shell. There are only 4 orbitals. Okay, that means that there are only 4 orbitals. So the remaining members of the group can have coordination number of 6 by making use of the d orbital. Then the oxide and hydroxides of beryllium, unlike the hydroxides of other elements in the group, they are amphoteric in nature. Then the diagonal relationship between the beryllium and aluminium. See the diagonal relationship, like beryllium 2 plus is estimated to be 31 pico. Beryllium 2 plus is estimated to 31 picometer. The charge or radius ratio is nearly the same as that of the aluminum 3 plus ion, Al 3 plus ion. Hence the beryllium resembles aluminum in some ways. That is, they have some similarities, like aluminum beryllium is not readily attacked by acid because of the presence of an oxide film on the surface of the metal. Then beryllium hydroxide dissolves in the excess of alkali to give berylate ion. Then just aluminum hydroxide gives aluminate ion. Then the chlorides of both beryllium and aluminum have the chloride ion bridged chloride structure in the vapor phase. Both the chlorides are soluble in organic solvent and are strong Lewis acid. See, then they are used in the Friedel-Crafts reaction, that is the Friedel-Crafts catalysis. Then the beryllium and aluminum ions have the strong tendency to form complex, like beryllium like this, then the Al F6 3 minus, so like this they forms complex. Next we will discuss some important compounds of calcium. Here some important compounds of calcium is the calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide, calcium sulfate, calcium carbonate and cement. So they are industrially important compounds. The large scale preparation of these compounds are we can see now. That is, first we will see the quicklime. This calcium oxide or quicklime. The formula is CaO. It can be prepared the commercial scale by the heating the limestone, like limestone is a calcium carbonate in a rotatory in at 1070 to 1270 Kelvin temperature. So it will obtain calcium oxide. The calcium carbonate on heating, there is the high temperature. The temperature range is 1070 to 1270 Kelvin. Okay. Then the carbon dioxide is removed. That is, the carbon dioxide is removed as soon as the produced to enable the reaction to proceed the completion. So the calcium oxide is a white amorphous solid. It has melting point is 2870 Kelvin. So on exposure to atmosphere, it absorbs moisture and the carbon dioxide. So you will calcium oxide and water react with water to form the calcium hydroxide. Then the calcium oxide react with carbon dioxide to form calcium carbonate. The addition of limited amount of water breaks the lump of lime. There is the this is called slaking of lime. The quicklime slaked with soda gives soda lime, that is solid soda lime. Being a basic oxide, it combines with the acidic oxide with a high temperature. So this is the reaction. Calcium react with silicon dioxide to form calcium silicon dioxide, that is calcium silicate. Then to form react with the phosphorus pentoxide to form calcium phosphate. Then the uses of the quicklime is calcium oxide is the manufacturing of cement, then manufactures of sodium carbonate from the caustic soda, and the purification of sugar and manufactures of dye stuff. So many uses are there. Next is calcium hydroxide, that is slaked lime. Calcium hydroxide. So the calcium hydroxide is prepared by adding of water to quicklime, that is calcium oxide. It is a white amorphous powder. It is sparingly soluble in water. The aqueous solution is called lime water, and suspension of slaked lime is called milk of lime. Okay, that is the when carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, it turns milky due to the white formation of the calcium carbonate. The reaction is calcium hydroxide and passing calcium hydroxide and passing the carbon dioxide gas to form the calcium carbonate and the water. Then on passing excess of the carbon dioxide, the precipitate dissolve to form the calcium hydrogen carbonate, like excess of the carbon dioxide. This react with excess of the carbon dioxide to form calcium hydrogen carbonate. Okay. Then the milk of lime reacts with chlorine to form hypochlorite, a constituent of the bleaching powder. Already you were studied in class 10 level. Just 2 moles of the calcium hydroxide react with chlorine, 2 moles chlorine to form calcium chloride and calcium hypochlorite. That is the bleaching. This content is called bleaching powder and water molecule. Then uses the preparation of the mortar, a building material, then used in the whitewash, then glass making, tanning industries like this, the bleaching powder and the purification of sugar, it can be used. The calcium carbonate occurs in nature in several forms like limestone, chalk, marble, like this. So it can be prepared by passing carbon dioxide through slaked lime or by addition of the sodium carbonate to calcium chloride. Here the calcium hydroxide react with the carbon dioxide to form calcium carbonate. Then the calcium chloride react with the nitrogen sodium carbonate to form calcium carbonate. So these two reactions. Then the excess of carbon dioxide should be avoided since they leads to the formation of water soluble calcium hydrogen carbonate. Then the calcium hydrogen carbonate is white fluffy powder. It is almost insoluble in water. When heated to 1200 Kelvin, it decomposes to evolve carbon dioxide gas. Okay. Here this is the calcium oxide. Calcium oxide. Then it reacts with the dilute acid to liberate the carbon dioxide. When react with this dilute acid to form the carbon dioxide gas, that is the liberation of the carbon dioxide gas. Then react with sulfuric acid to form carbon dioxide. That's mean liberation of both the reaction, liberation of carbon dioxide, but product is here using of HCl to obtain calcium chloride, using of sulfuric acid to obtain calcium sulfate. Then the uses of the calcium carbonate is a building material to form the marble and the manufactures of quicklime, like this. Then the calcium carbonate along with the magnesium carbonate used as the flux in the extractions of metal such as iron, like this. Okay. And used to paper industry also. Okay. Then cosmetics, like this, so many uses are there. Next is the calcium sulfate, that is also called plaster of Paris. So it is hemihydrate. Hemihydrate means half. There is hemihydrates of calcium sulfate. It is obtained when the gypsum, this is the gypsum, is heated to 393 Kelvin. Heated to 393 Kelvin to obtain the plaster of Paris. That is above 393 Kelvin, there is no water of crystallization is left and anhydrous calcium sulfate, that is the only CaSO4 is formed. So This is called dead burn plasters. Okay. Now, next is that is a remarkable properties of setting with the water and mixing with the adequate quantity of water. It forms the plastic mass that gets into a hard solid to, that is in 5 to 15 minutes. Then uses is plaster of Paris uses is the it is building industries as well as in plasters. It is used for immobilizing of the affected part of organ where there is a bone fractures or sprain. So it is employed in industries like ornamental work for the making cast of the statues and busts. Okay. Then next is a cement. Cement. So cement is an important building material. That is, the cement is a product obtained by the combining material rich in lime, that is calcium oxide, with other materials such as clay, which contains the silica, then silica dioxide, along with the oxides of the aluminum, iron, and the magnesium. The average composition of the Portland cementers, that is calcium oxide, is 50 to 60%. Then silicon dioxide 25 to, that is 20 to 25%. Then aluminum oxide Al2O3 aluminum oxide is 5 to 10%. Magnesium oxide is 3%. Then iron oxide, iron 3 oxide Fe2O3 is 1 to 2%, and sulfur trioxide is 1 to 2%, like this. This is for a good quality cement. The ratio of the silicon dioxide, the alumina should between the 2.5 and the 4, and the ratio of the lime is calcium oxide, total of the oxides of the silicon, like silicon dioxide, the aluminum Al2O3, and the iron 3 oxide should be close as possible to 2. So the raw materials for the manufactures of cements are limestone and the clay. When the clay and the limes are strongly heated together, they fuse and react to form the cement clinker. So the clinker mixed with 2 to 3% by weight by gypsum to form cement. So this is the important ingredients present in the Portland cements are dicalcium silicate, that is Ca2SiO4, that is a 26%. That is a tricalcium silicate is Ca3SiO5 51%, and tricalcium aluminate is 11%. Then the setting of cement, when mixed with the water, the setting of cement takes place to give a hard mass. Then this is due to the hydration of the molecules of the constituent and their rearrangement. So the purpose of adding gypsum is only to slow down the process of setting of the cement, so that it gets sufficiently hardness. Then uses, already you know that that is in building material. Then in plastering some bridges like this, dams in building. Then the biological importance of magnesium and calcium is that about the adult body contains 25 gram of magnesium and 1200 gram of calcium, compared with only 5 gram of iron and the 0.06 gram of copper. So the daily requirement in the human body has been estimated to be 200 to 300 milligram.